Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and I'm on a financial health journey to create an inheritance for the generations to come. And I want to do that through consistency and discipline. Today, we are here to do a budget with me for the budget time frame of March 8th through the 21st. So today is Wednesday, March 6th, and I'll probably upload this on the 7th. So we're here to do a budget. I am a bi-weekly paycheck budgeter, and we're here to do that paycheck that I will receive on this coming Friday. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. I truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. You know, we have similar goals. We just got different ways of getting there. So if you're rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell, watch this video, and at the end, if this looks like content you find valuable, please feel free to subscribe. So first, of course, I always pull out, before I do anything, my monthly overview, just to make sure that I've got everything. I'm marking off everything as it is complete. So baby shower is done. I did not go since I had been sick with the virus, or what I thought was a virus. I never went to the doctor to get diagnosed with anything, so I just didn't want to put anyone else at risk just in case. So I've been in the house for a lot of this time, which you'll be able to tell when you see my no spend tracking, because I'm not going anywhere. And so let me cross this off. I was able to, as far as the registry is concerned, I did order some things. One item got there on time. The other one is going to be later in March before they receive it, but I sent a note to her mama just to make sure that she knew and she was aware. The electric came out. So where's my flat end? There you go. The electric came out and Nelnet came out. I checked this morning. Paramount still hasn't come out, but once Paramount comes out, then I'll be ready to do a paycheck budget closeout for the paycheck I received in February 23rd, 26th, somewhere up in there. And everything else I think is looking pretty good. I think that is it. Okay. All right. So we'll stick that up. So today's the first day I'm going to be using my old iPad 7th generation. I think I shared with you guys already that I gave this to my daughter when I got the iPad mini. She was not able to do a few things that she needed to do for her classes. So because of that, we did order her 9th generation, I think it is. She gave the 7th generation back. And so now I am going to try and use that for some of these videos, because it is definitely a larger view. And I think that'll work out well. Now, part of the problem or the struggle, there's a tempered glass protector on here, and I ordered, and I have the other kind, the matte one, but I cannot get this one off. So I can't get it off where I don't believe that I'm going to end up damaging something. Let me say it that way. So if there's anybody who has some ideas or hints around how I can get this tempered glass off, like it's on there tight, and I don't know, you guys probably can't see, but right here is where I started trying to get it off and lift it up. I don't know what to use to lift it up, but I don't know. But if anybody has any ideas, then please feel free. Please feel free to comment and let me know. Let me finish my sentences. I did download Good Notes on here, as well as my iPad mini. They finally have synced together, because I did recently purchase a new digital planner. I'm using Ashley Digital Studios planner. Her information, her website information is linked in the description. And I'm finding I like this one a lot better for me right now. I will just share, I am doing a monthly overview here. So she gives you a monthly view, and then from there, don't know if you notice here up at the top, but she links you to all of the different items, and I'll go in just a little bit and then come back out again a little bit later. You can get to your overview, your vision board, your notes, and your budget and reflections from here. So it's easier for me to track that way. I'm putting all of my life planning and budget planning in the same calendar view now, because this calendar view was larger than the one that I was using from Breezy Organization. And she has links to all of her weekly calendars here on the side right here. She has links to the daily calendars, and then each of these views, when you go into them, have links back to the weekly, the monthly, etc. So my hope is that this will be a lot better as far as planner piece is concerned for me, but we shall see. So I am going to get back over to the budget, and then let's go in and let's see where we are. All right, come out just a tad bit so I can get my calculator in view. All right, and I think we are good to go. All right, there you go. Okay, so I am again adjusting to her budget page now, so I have had to shift some things around again, but it's all good. I was able to make room or accommodate, and so I think we are good to go. All right, so bills account, I am anticipating having $1175 deposited into that account. Variable expense account, $500. And then between Kim and Mike, I'm expecting $150 from them to contribute towards the items that they need to take care of. And then I'm bringing rollover, $30 rollover, which should have been my under budget amount for last paycheck period. So I was under budget by $30, or that was the expectation. So I'm rolling that over and including it here. And I want to use that as part of the money that I will use towards the savings challenges. And then of course I need to, as well, anything that I save from variable expenses, that'll get rolled over here, but you'll see that in actuals. I don't know how much I will be able to roll over for variable expenses, so I'm not making an assumption at this point on how much that will be. All right, so let's add these together. 1175, 500, 150, and 30. 1,855 is what I am expecting. And it is so different working on a tempered glass versus that matte glass, but it's all good. All right, tithes, pet insurance, and car insurance are already taken care of before I even document these amounts listed here. Verizon is expected to come in at, or the budget is $165 for that. I'm going to do the minimum payment for my Ally credit card. The minimum payment for Discover is $60. I usually do $150. I am backing that down and only doing $100 just because I have some additional things to take care of during this paycheck period, as well as Xerxes is going to be in in boarding for 3 days while I volunteer. So with that said, I need some extra money to make sure I can cover his boarding costs. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't do that often, but I needed some coffee. Okay. iCloud is just a dollar. Yeah, the 12th. Yes, $1. It was 99 cents. I think that's going to be the amount. 2 Apple Cares, one for the 7th generation, one for my daughter's 9th generation. AT&T at 91, Water 25, Spotify. So Spotify is the new service instead of Apple Music for my daughter. So we've got that in there. Bridgecrest, my car note, Green Sky, and Kohl. So this is my heavy paycheck period time frame where a lot of bills come out. And then class dues. So we are prepping for our 35th high school class reunion. I'm a part of that steering committee and planning. And we have dues that we have to pay. So that's what you will see there. So let's add all of this up. 165, 30, 100, 4, 91, 25, 11, 503, 90, 25. I have 1,139. And if you guys could let me just do that one more time just to be sure. 165, 30, 100, 1, 4, 91, 25, 11, 503, 90, 25. Yes. Okay. All right. We are good. Next, for savings. So with the money, I usually take whatever Kim and Micah provide to me as well as my rollover and the savings. And those are all the things that go towards my savings challenges and sinking funds. And so I'm going to take $25 budgeted towards my family binder, $105 towards high priority items, $25 towards low priority, and I do not plan on giving to my buffer accounts or to investments this paycheck period. Oh, excuse me. So 25, 105, 20. All right, so that's that 150. Okay. Next is expenses. So these are variable expenses that you see here. And I give myself $250 each week within that paycheck period time frame. Since I'm a bi-weekly budgeter, that's 2 weeks. 250 times 2 is 500. If I have any money that is left over for variable expenses, I'll split it up between my cash envelope rollover and my variable rollover. I don't budget for those numbers here, but I will document the actuals if I have any money that goes towards that. And then, as I referenced before, I'm going to have a completely a section devoted specifically to unplanned. That's one of my monthly goals that I have for March. And I actually don't think I covered that, but that's one of the goals that I have, is that I want to track my unplanned expenses. And so I'm going to, right in the middle of the budget with me, I'm sorry, I am going to find that really quickly. Yes. So for my March goals, just very quickly, I still want to get 10 no spend days, but I'm going to track it a little differently because I want to get a better understanding of unplanned expenses. The last 2 paycheck periods, I have used a lot of money in an unplanned way. You know, just basically I see it and I decide to get it and I want it. And you'll see the evidence of that in some weeks to come. They're not bad things. I've got some new saving challenges that I'm going to use. I got a new binder from Baddies and Budgets that I want to use towards preparing for my daughter's senior year in high school. She actually has a binder, or savings book developed specifically for senior year and the different things that you get hit with. So I want to get started on that. So I've ordered some things plus the digital planner. I forgot to prepare for baby shower even for this year, so for this past Saturday, and I got that documented under unplanned expenses for the last paycheck period. When I get ready to close that out, you'll see it. But I realized, okay, I'm getting a little bit off track. So the way I still want to get 10 no spend days, but the way that I want to do that now is if I have money already set aside, either in a sinking fund and savings or as in my cash envelopes, then I'm not going to consider that as spending necessarily. So all of those monies, if I spend those, it's okay, it's good, because I have plans around that and spending that. If I spend any money outside of that, then it is going to be tracked as unplanned expense, and then that will hit against my no spend days. That's the way that I'm going to do it for the month of March, so that I can do a better job of tracking with these unplanned expenses that I have. And then very quickly for my other monthly goals, I do interpret church services for the deaf or hearing impaired. So my ASL, American Sign Language First Interpretation, is one of the habits that I'll be tracking in March. Juicing, making sure that I am getting in there the nutrients that my body needs. And to be honest, I think that was one of the reasons why I kind of bounced back as quick as I did from the virus, because I think I had a really bad day on that Monday. And then I made the green juices with green apple and cucumber, ginger, mint, and I would add turmeric right before I got ready to drink it. And I sipped on that all day instead of eating initially. And then I started to layer in food going forward after that. But I think that actually helped me to bounce back a lot sooner. Then reading the Bible and walking or exercising at least 30 minutes a day. So those are my goals. And then just very quickly, no spend challenge. As you can see here, like I said, I'm really in the house for the most part. I'm not trying to spend any money. And so with my new way of looking at no spend days, I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 no spend days in there. And I shouldn't have Wednesday because today is isn't today Wednesday? So I marked off Tuesday. I must have got excited and marked off Wednesday. So I'm going to say we have 4 days, but we're hoping that we're going to be at 5 at the end of today. All right, so let's go back over to the budget. Here we've got total income. Let's mark that down. That was $1,855. We're going to minus bills, which was $1,139. Minus total expenses, which was $500. And then for savings, $150. Total debt is where I have my unplanned expenses loaded, and we don't have anything in there right now. So that is $1,855 minus $1,139 minus $500 minus $150 equals $66 under budget. So that's what it's looking like right now. And so if that holds true, great, because that might mean that I can add that extra 50 back to Discover. But again, I don't have my boarding listed here for Xerxes because I do have sinking funds that keep track of that information, or that's keeping track of those funds, and that's what I'm going to use. So I don't know, there's a little bit more play in here, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, so that is it for the budget with me. Very quickly, I'm just going to cover one other thing that I have decided to do. So guess what? The budgeting community wins. I've seen people do cash stuffing for high priority, low priority, cash, their savings, their cash wallets. And for me, I've always done a hybrid, right? A lot of the money I keep in the bank, put it in the Ally account. As far as savings and sinking funds are concerned. And I've only kept cash as it relates to my cash envelopes if I felt like it was overage that I had from as far as my variable expenses are concerned. So with that said, several videos ago, I had talked about the fact that my son sends me the money that he makes off of from his job. And then he just asked me to give him a little bit at a time. I was saving that money in the Ally account. And then every time he asked for money, that was another withdrawal. You have a certain amount of withdrawals for Ally before you start to either have penalties or they cut you off, and you can't have it during a monthly billing cycle. And so I had conversations with him, stopped him from having to get money so often, and tried to do some things a little bit differently. Thought that I was in the clear. Then here we are now. My high schooler has so many things between chorus and thespian society and just things that she has in going out and needing money here and there. And I'm back to I've reached my max limit again for Ally, and I have my son now sending me a text. Actually, I just got one on my phone that says, hey, can you send me $50? And he hasn't really asked for a lot of money, but he needs some now, and I'm at my withdrawal limits. And so what I have decided to do is to cash stuff and give them cash or give them money and then put it back into my regular checking account or bills account instead of working through my high yield savings account, because that has become a struggle. So I went through all of my sinking funds that I have. Remember, those are what I consider to be my high priority. Low priority, I am keeping cash for those. Savings challenges, I'm keeping cash for those. But my high priority has been in Ally. So I went through all of those and looked at it. And there's money that I'm going to leave in the bank, and those I'm still going to represent using prop money in my binder. But I am going to now start to divvy out cash. So I went through all of them, figured out what I want to keep in the bank and only have prop money represented in my binder, then what I want to pull out and actually have as cash in these binders. So my high priority binder will now have a mixture of both prop money and regular cash, because I'm just over it. I see now at least that part as far as the benefit of having the cash. So might swipe my card from my bills account, and then I need to take this money and I'll put it back into the bills account. out of my envelopes. I'm just going to have to do that. That might mean a little bit more running for me to the bank, but I'm okay with that if that keeps me within my withdrawal limitations for these accounts so that I'm not receiving any type of penalties or having to pay any type of cost. So when we go to our cash stuffings for this paycheck period that's coming up, that's what you will notice. You'll see a mixture of both prop money and cash money in my high priority binder. Okay, that is it. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.